In the Northeast, a bad evening to be without a parka, but we are set for football at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the Cleveland Browns. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First carry here for Kene Nwangu. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Watch safety 3.
Handoff right side, Nwangu. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. So, Charles, you talk about this offense, how well they played. I mean, the defense, too, really. But they're sitting at 10-0 now on the year. 4-0, 5-0, that's nice. But once you start hitting double digits with these wins and no losses, I think the seriousness of the situation, it just has to ramp up.
Yeah, when you do say 10-0, it can't scare you as a team. Just think about it this way. For most of the year, they've been playing to win their division and get to the playoffs. Now the playoffs are just about a foregone conclusion. So now they have to down-focus their thoughts about getting home field advantage and finishing unbeaten, and they need to make sure they keep it in that order.
Strong run, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Well, this defense for the Browns, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
And it looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Always got some breathing room. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath, maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On 2nd down, here's Nwangu. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at the Browns 17. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. from the shotgun. Wilson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The #1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him. Now the Jets will call on a field goal unit here. From the left hash, this from 37. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. This one caught by Isabella. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Mayfield now from the 50. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This is fielded at the 7. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Jeff Smith with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jets get the quick strike touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. The lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. To throw, Mayfield swings this out for Hunt. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Throwing, Mayfield. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there. Of course you're going to give it to him.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
Sliding out of the pocket to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And this one is right through. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Play action. Now Wilson. Looking here for Smith downfield.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome.
And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. The CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year.
Touchdown! That's caught. Nick Chubb, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. He oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Going quickly out wide to Moore. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
From the 45 on second down, Wilson will check that down to Nwangu out of the backfield.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play there on the catch and run.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Wilson will throw again. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again. That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
2nd and 10. We're all knotted up at 10, but it appears that may change soon. Only question is, will they have to settle for 3? And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
All tied up at 10. 2 minutes left in the first half. On 3rd down, Wilson. That is caught at the 7-yard line.
And the Jets are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
It's a touchdown for the Jets.
Michael Carter
with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead. Now the try here for the point after. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. To try again after the sack, Mayfield.
Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz.
And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland.
Anthony Schwartz, 77 yards. And the Browns are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The
New York offense taking over for their next possession. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
He's going to look deep for more. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that will do it for this first half. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime. Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he lifts up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. A big connection on that one. 34 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Anthony Schwartz with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Browns take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Airing it out deep for Smith. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Jeff Smith, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Jets have made this a one-score game. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is down to a field goal. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Flush to his right. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play that time for Cleveland. Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better,
and that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Anthony Schwartz there to make the grab. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play. And sometimes it can break big.
And he'll be pulled down. And now a late flag will come with it. And that's in the area of a face mask, I think. So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Wilson. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Zach Wilson, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Jets are able to make this a close game again. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is down to a field goal. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10.
They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles around the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Mayfield to throw it. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. 3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up.
From the gun, it's Wilson.
That's complete, Okuebuna.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now Wilson. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Now Wilson on 1st down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Touchdown, Jets. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jets are going to retake the lead. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Donovan Peoples-Jones now from the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Browns drive about to get started. Now, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back.
3 yards the gain there, second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Second down at 7.
Mayfield down.
That's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones.
And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
1st down, Mayfield. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis.
And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
He gets away from one, and he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense. Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. On the option, it'll be Wilson.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run.
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Chandler Jones. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Well, it's caught on the right side at Smith. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Browns drive about to get started. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Here's 2nd and 10. They go play action. Mayfield. And he'll take a shot here for Hooper downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
A 1st down throw for Mayfield. Got an open man. It's Schwartz. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Heady on that one, huh? Getting out of bounds before the 2-minute warning. They get an extra timeout, extra opportunity to move the ball downfield. Very smart football.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 55 rushing yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
Mayfield's throw into the hands of Hooper.
Bottom line, 2-yard gain's just not going to cut it in this situation. You've got to move the ball downfield in order to have a chance.
Defense will give them that the rest of the way. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Mayfield. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game. And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Wilson to throw. They'll find the longer underneath.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Wilson. Looking here for Smith downfield. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime, they've just likely won this thing in regulation. Point after, right down the middle. They will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Peoples-Jones going to elect to bring this one out. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
The Browns drive about to get started. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off inside the 5.
And the Jets are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game.
Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here. Coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for the Jets, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Browns, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host.
Salute when you see me. That jealousy is an ocean and you either float or you sink it. Moment of truth, credit check, you not approved. BB King, I'm in love with the blues. Don't start me up, I got finishing moves. Look, salute when you see me. Slid through all the commotion, it's breaking news, they got an ad on TV. Popping out on them, I'm politicking, probably in a section where you not permitted. My honey's matching my Dodger fitted, playing all goal, ain't no stopping in it. Look, salute when you see me, I bought her a CC and that was her first. Disgusting with do for a purse, disgusting with do for the clout. I'm one of the realest, the real ones can vouch. They thought I was done, but all I doubt, you gotta play my next around. Salute when you see me. Put in the car to my runner gets you speedy. Still thugging like the days when they weren't here in my city.